92 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. You're listening to a podcast that's for you if you play Magic the Gathering. Whether you are super excited to get out and play in person
Yes.
with the upcoming release of Double Masters.
Double Masters.
What?
Double Masters.
Or you're like, hey, man, I'm just playing what there is right now.
I'm playing some Chromatic Cube on
There
Arena.
you go. We are here for you.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
And on today's show, we're going to talk about some exciting stuff that's happening on Arena, which is the release of Alchemy Horizons Battle for Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Even if you're like somebody who's not into alchemy, which, to be fair, I think is
a lot
most
of people.
What they're doing, experimenting in the card design space, I think is really interesting.
Yeah.
In and of itself. And so we're going to talk about what the new mechanics are. And they're pretty weird, everybody.
Yes, we'll talk about exactly how weird these mechanics are that exist only online.
Only
because
online.
They are very online only.
They are physical impossibilities some cases.
Yes. Exceptionally physically impossible. But
yes,
before we do any of that, we have some people to thank. First and foremost amongst them are our listeners.
Yes, thank you to everybody who supports the show on patreon.com/GLHF Magic. We've said it before, summer is a super hard time for content creators. So we're not just talking about us, but any content that you consume where you're like, oh, I can give them $1, I can give them $2. It is worth more to them than your $1 or $2. I guarantee you.
Yes, I know that there are 1 billion streaming platforms out there that you can subscribe to watch content.
Totally.
But consider, if you're coming to this each week to listen to it, consider just throwing $5 a month our way, because it makes a lot more difference to us than it does to Disney Plus.
So
like a
true.
lot. It makes a lot more difference to us.
True.
Like a lot more difference.
We're just two people. Disney Plus, I don't know, thousands
1
upon
billion
thousands.
people, right?
Yeah.
Thousands upon thousands. Thank you specifically to Nick and Lee for becoming patrons in the past week.
New friends.
Thank you, Nick. Thank you, Lee. We so appreciate it.
I want to give an update, by the way, to everybody who donated to our abortion funds fundraiser that we did a few weeks back. We've begun mailing out the thank you packages for everybody who donated for that. But we're waiting on more gear from Ultra Pro right now for them to ship to us. And once we get that in our hot little hands, we'll make more packages and send them out to you, because don't worry, if you haven't got yours, it is coming. We just got to wait for some more materials.
I know our hands are hot.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Oh, they're not as hot as they were last week.
Oh, no, it's much nicer in here than last week.
Yes.
Last week
Maria,
was
that
disgusting.
reminds me.
What?
Someone this past week asked, and I realized I was so hot last week that I forgot to give you a basketball update.
We almost escaped it, everybody.
You almost escaped it, Maria. But here the basketball update is.
Okay.
Congratulations to your 2022 NBA champions, the Golden State Warriors.
Oh,
yes.
I didn't know.
They defeated the Boston Celtics in only 6 games, despite losing the first one, which was a home game for them. They went on to take it 4-2. And the Celtics are, of course, the most winningest team in NBA history. But this particular Golden State team, congratulations to them. They've also, to be fair, won a lot.
Yes.
Like, they won a lot, and then they had to go through like this period of rebuilding. And then now, here they are again.
Just like the Magic players who famously win a lot and then must rebuild their decks for the next tournament.
And then must rebuild their decks. You really brought it around to Magic.
Check that out.
Yes.
That's a skill.
So, I'm really excited for NBA next year.
Yeah.
I won't even tell you about draft picks, even though draft picks are something that you love in theory.
I do in theory. Are you playing fantasy basketball?
No, I'm just talking about how the NBA draft happened this past week.
Do you know, that's how I even knew what a draft was before I even knew what a Magic draft was, right?
Oh, really?
Because
From
of fantasy football.
Did you play fantasy football?
No, I was adjacent to people who played fantasy football.
Oh,
And I was
okay.
like, what does draft mean, And that's how I learned what the word draft meant in this construct.
Yeah.
And so when we draft, anyway, I wasn't going in completely blind the first time I ever did a paper Magic draft.
But you were like, why are these not football players?
Yeah. That did confuse me for a little bit there.
Yeah. Well, don't worry, Maria.
Okay.
You are now free from basketball updates for a couple months.
Oh, wow. Great, everybody.
Just a couple months.
We're free. Hey, everybody. We also want to say thank you to Card Kingdom for being an awesome sponsor of the show. You can check them out at cardkingdom.com/GLHF. Right now, I just went to their website. Enter to win a $500 gift card popped up when I went on their website. So, that's something you can do.
You can do that.
Pre-order your Double Masters 2022 box if you want one of those. If you're a fancy person and want to draft with your friends, or you want to be a total troll and crack all the packs and just look at the cards.
Do what's right for you.
You know, whatever you want. That's what you should do.
Do what's right for you.
Live your life.
Yeah.
But they're a fantastic company, and Double Masters is going to be releasing on July 8th. So pre-release events happening this weekend, everybody, at your LGS. Check it out. And check out Card Kingdom for all of your Double Masters wants and or needs. And eventually, you can just get all your singles there, too.
Yeah.
It's time for the randomizer. I'm going to show Megan a random piece of magic art on Scryfall.
Oh,
Isn't this beautiful?
This is lovely.
Yeah.
I really like it.
What are you seeing?
What we see is like some buildings that in the sky. And they're sort of like they're like older architecture. They kind of remind me of like Leaning Tower of Pizza. Yes, I
You've
said
got to
pizza.
tell me that there's a Leaning Tower of Pizza next to the Leaning Tower of Pisa, right?
Right?
There just has to be.
Right, it's like that kind of like
restaurant.
old classical style architecture.
Yeah.
But it's being held up by like these beautiful branches that are also kind of like eating away at all of it. So they're a little bit kind of like ruins instead of just being, growing. And there's like some beautiful little like flowers of light amidst this.
Yeah, this is a really, really pretty
very
piece.
pretty.
What do you think this card does?
Ooh, can I hear its name?
Do you want to guess its name?
I'm gonna say ruinous growth.
Wow, that's a great guess. This is gonna really color how you guess what this card does, because you might know Vitsugazi, the city tree.
Oh wow! So it's green white. Because Vitu-Ghazi is, of course, the tree of the Celestia Conclave.
Yes, this is a Ravnica tree.
It's big Ravnica tree. Wow. Part of me wonders, like, is this a land? Okay, I'm going to say that this is a land that enters the battlefield tapped. And you can tap it for either green or white, or you can pay green, white, and tap it to destroy target artifact or enchantment.
Oh, great guess. You are correct. It is a land.
Ooh.
Yes, this is a land. You can tap it to add one colorless or one generic to your mana pool, rather. You can pay 2 green, white, tap, put a 1/1 green Saproling creature token onto the battlefield.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
This card has been reprinted
So pretty.
a bunch of times, originally in Ravnica City of Guilds. It's really, really pretty. Illustrated by Martina Pilsarova. And it just has that classic Ravnican look to it, which is just so highly recognizable. Yeah. And good job on calling that as a land, I don't know if I would have. Would probably said it was some kind of weird artifact or something.
Oh, we know this one.
Oh gosh, every time you say that, I think
you're gonna know it immediately.
Get it wrong.
You're gonna know it. Look at it.
Oh yeah, of course. This is wedding announcement.
Yep, it sure is. It's our friend wedding announcement. Okay, I'm gonna give you a different one.
Okay.
That you
that
will
I
have
don't
to
know.
guess.
Wow, that was great. That I actually, because I was a little worried there. I was like, oh no, I forget cards and card names and what they do so quickly.
Okay, here's this one. Tell us what you see.
This is a fabulously dressed ghost haunting a graveyard.
Yeah.
This is an Innistradian ghost. I can tell because one of the tombstones has Avacyn horns on it.
Oh yeah.
And the ghost has a priest hat on.
Yes.
As well.
The ghost does have a priest hat.
So this is like Graveyard Ghast or something like that from an Innistrad set.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's white, and I'm going to say it's a 2/2 flyer. And you can I wonder how current this is. I'm like, is this like a disturb card? I just don't remember it. No, it's not. I don't think. And so it's a 2/2 flyer. It costs, 3 and a white, and then you can pay 2 to exile something from a graveyard.
Wow. Okay. It's called Remorseful Cleric.
Oh, well,
Yes.
Graveyard Ghast, Remorseful Cleric, same thing.
1 and a white for a Spirit Cleric. It's a 2/1 flying.
Oh, it was close.
And you sacrifice it to exile all cards from target player's graveyard.
Wow. I got that one pretty close.
Yeah, you got the graveyard ability, which is pretty cool.
I remember this card now
Yeah.
that I see the whole thing. It's a
Right.
rare. So what did
from
I call
M19.
him? Graveyard Ghast. Is that a card?
That's got to.
It's not.
It's not.
I just looked it up. That card does not exist in Magic.
That's kind of wild.
Magic, think about it. That name was very simple, and it's up for grabs. Let's get experimental, everybody.
Ooh, it is time to talk about Alchemy Horizons.
Battle for Baldur's Gate. You notice how we split that into us saying 2 parts of it because it is the longest name for a set.
It is so long, although it's not as long as Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate.
But it's close.
It is close.
It's a lot of words.
Yes. So we have some new mechanics that are mechanics specific to this set and specific to Arena.
Yeah.
Plus one new Arena mechanic that will be general, will come in other Alchemy sets also.
General mechanic reporting for duty.
No, that's a type of mechanic I am. I can mechanic anything.
Oh, okay.
I'm a general mechanic.
General mechanic. Can you fix my car?
Yes.
Can you fix my air conditioning?
Yes.
Can you fix my cat?
That's not a mechanism.
Oh, it's a robot. It's a robot.
Oh, your cat, your robot cat? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, great. So Battle for Baldur's Gate, Alchemy Horizons is a set that is digital only on Arena, everybody, and includes cards specifically getting shot into Alchemy and Historic through the cannon.
In a cannon.
In a cannon.
It's like a water gun.
Yeah, a water gun. A Nerf.
Sprayed right into them.
And they include cards that have digital only mechanics. These cannot be replicated in paper or would be extremely difficult to replicate in paper. And there's some new stuff in here and it's pretty weird.
Yeah. So let's start out with the most normal one, which is the one that will come to multiple sets.
Yes.
That will be evergreen, which is Boon.
Boon.
This is just a way to represent delayed triggers, which we have already had. It's similar to an emblem. Once the trigger happens, the little emblem on the side will disappear.
Yeah. So this is really nice, I think, because I was just playing the other day and I cast, I'm going to forget the name of the card, but it's the one that's like the next instant or sorcery spell, exile the top 3 cards of your library and you can cast them this turn or whatever. Yeah. And that's very easy to forget about that is existing in
that's a thing
the game,
that will happen.
That it will happen. And then I would cast another instant or sorcery spell, but oops, I forgot to have any mana available if I wanted to cast anything from the top of my deck.
No.
Right? So this will help you remember because it'll have that little emblem on the side.
Yes.
Boon.
So Arcane Archery is an example of this kind of card. 2 and a green for an instant. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains reach and trample until end of turn. You get a boon with whenever you cast your next creature spell, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter, reach counter, and trample counter on it.
I wonder if this is going to be retroactive. Do you know that wolf pup?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm sure that they will tell us as we get closer.
Yeah.
If they're like, oh, hey, you'll also be able to see this in other things that would have boon will be retroactively booned.
You've been booned.
Hey, buddy, you've been booned.
It's a great keyword too. Boon. Yeah. Makes sense.
It's nice. You get a little
short, sweet, you understand it.
Yeah.
One that's not short and sweet that you may not understand coming next.
Yes. Which is Specialize.
Specialize.
This is the one that's like, oh boy.
Yeah. Okay.
So the way Specialize works is there are creatures that have Specialize on them and a generic Specialize cost. So for instance, the one that we have seen here is Viconia, Nightsinger's Disciple.
But what if it's not just creatures?
It could be other things.
It could be other things.
You're
Anyway,
right.
continue.
Right now, as far as we know, only creatures. 1 and a black for a 2/3 with 1 exile target creature card from a graveyard and Specialize 2.
Okay.
So you can pay that Specialize cost. And then additionally, you have to discard a card.
Okay.
And then depending on the color of the card you discarded, you get one of 5 possible versions.
Whoa.
And the version is decided by the color of the card that you discard.
Right. So you can discard a card with that color or a land.
Yes.
And and that will determine, like, if you discarded a blue card or an island, the blue version of this card, it'll transform into that. If you discard a green card or a forest, it'll transform into the green version.
Yeah. So there's a Viconia Disciple of Rebirth. This is the white version. It's a 3/4 and says, when this creature specializes, conjure a duplicate of target creature card exiled with this creature into your hand. The duplicate perpetually gains. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast this spell. If it has mana value 3 or less, you may put it onto the battlefield.
I love it because then your decision of which card you're using to specialize with comes into play then once it flips into this, because they're like, oh, well, maybe you just get it back.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
wait,
cool.
no. This says exiled. So this is talking about the front ability, which says exile a card, and the backside also has 1 exile target card from a graveyard.
Okay, so you're not exiling when you specialize. You're just discarding. Okay, got it.
Although you can then pay 1 and exile that card from the graveyard.
Sure.
And
then get this thing. Okay.
Yeah. Then there's the blue one, Viconia Disciple of Arcana.
That's a cool name.
Yes. Again, a 3/4. When this creature specializes, choose up to 1 target creature card and up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from among cards exiled with this creature. Conjure a duplicate of each of those cards into your hand. The duplicates perpetually gain. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast the spell.
Okay. Yeah. That's more of a blue ability.
Yes. If you just discard a black card on this already black spell, then its ability reads, when this creature specializes, conjure a duplicate of target creature card exiled with this creature into your hand. The duplicate perpetually gains. You may spend mana as though or mana of any color to cast the spell. And when this creature enters the battlefield, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life.
Okay, so they're all kind of variations on the same theme so far.
Yes, exactly. The red version, the duplicate gets +1/+0 and gains haste.
Oh, that's cool.
And the green version, the duplicate perpetually gets +2/+2.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah, just all different variations on a similar theme.
Yeah.
The art is the same, by the way.
Yes. It just has like a different color treatment on it.
Yeah, like there's a glowing magic emanating from this person that's just a different color.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it kind of like, the background is kind of like colored by that.
Yeah. The sky looks like slightly different in all of them. But
weird, very weird.
I was introduced to this by Twitter, somebody saying, hey, it's Magic's first 6-sided card. And I was like, excuse me, what?
I mean, that's basically what it is.
That's what it is.
It has the side it enters on and then 5 different sides for depending on what you discard.
Wow, this card is like a little D6.
Yeah.
You know, you could just make a little cube of this card and then just turn it over to whatever side.
One of the more difficult ones to replicate in paper.
But you could.
I'm just going to play this cube from my hand.
You just have to have it like, you have the card and then you're like, excuse me, I'm just going to replace it with this giant cube.
I was going to say you have like 5 tokens of the possible other side.
No, I'm making a cube.
Oh, okay. Maria is making a cube.
I'm making a
She's
cube
gonna
card.
Put her cube up there.
There's my little cube card. Isn't it cute? And people are like, get that thing off the battlefield.
You're like, no, it's my cube
it's
card.
My cube card. My 3-dimensional Magic the Gathering card.
Yeah. This is an area that's like, this to me is like they were out there and they were like, hey, we need to make something that is only Arena possible. And they're like, hear me out.
Don't worry about it. We got
What
you.
if it had 1 billion sides?
I mean, they've done 6. They're not going to stop at 6.
They're not gonna stop at 6.
You heard it here first.
Wow. What do you think? What else? What else would happen in order for a card to have more sides, Maria?
Well, this gives me an idea. It makes me think of like, you know, how we love to play Vanguard formats on Arena.
Yes.
What if
like Momir?
Momir.
Yeah.
What if there was a card that was essentially like Momired and they're like, you play this card and it Momirs something?
There already is that card, Maria.
What? There is? And
Yes.
it's totally random?
Yes.
How I didn't know that. I thought there was only ones like
someone played it against me the other day.
Oh.
Let me go and find it. And I was like, what is
I
happening
didn't
here?
realize there's a Momir card that had Momired itself into existence.
Yes, it is.
Because we've got the spell books, which you've had around for a little while, which give you an option of like 10 cards or whatever to play. But I was like, what if it was just like any card that exists on Arena, and boom, you've got some like giant Crater Hoof Behemoth or something like that coming into play randomly.
That's what I'm talking about.
What? Wow.
It's in the cube right now.
Oh, that's cool.
It's called Pool of Vigorous Growth.
Where did this come from?
It is Jumpstart Historic Horizons.
Oh, it was a jumpstart card. Okay.
1 and a green for an artifact. X, tap, discard a card. Create a token that's a copy of a random creature card with mana value X. Activate only as a sorcery.
Oh gosh, that's awesome. Okay,
Yeah, right?
I'm glad that
pretty
exists.
cool.
That's very cool.
So now where are they gonna go
Okay,
next?
now I'm all out of ideas.
Okay.
100-sided card.
100. I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, why not?
Someone played it against me and I was like, what?
Excuse me?
It was very surprising.
I didn't realize you were playing Momir. Oh, that's neat. So yeah, I mean, this is just some design space that has never been explored before, and they're
I do
diving
think that
into
it's
it.
very cool.
So do I.
Right?
Yeah.
As much as like I have not played alchemy in who knows how long.
Yeah.
I would not call myself an alchemy
An alchemist.
person.
Oh.
Oh, sure. An alchemist is a better word than alchemy person. I studied to become an alchemy person in school.
Ooh, we should have a word for that, don't you think, Jeremy?
No. What could we possibly call them instead?
What about a doctor of alchemy?
Oh, perfect.
That's nice.
How about that?
Yeah, I too, haven't played that much alchemy. I don't think a lot of people have. I saw a comment from Saffron Olive the other day on Twitter, who's MTG Goldfish, runs the site, MTG Goldfish, and is like, people are asking, for alchemy deck lists, but we can't really put them up. There's no metagame because there's just not enough being played and submitted to our website, right?
Wow.
So it was like we got submissions of maybe 3,000 commander decks in the past month, people just uploading their stuff, and there was 20 alchemy decks.
Woof.
So we just don't have
Alchemy
metagame. It just doesn't exist.
Yeah, I think that problem kind of feeds itself, right? Because
for
when people
sure.
can't go online
To like look at
and
stuff.
find alchemy lists, then
Yeah.
they're just like, well, I'll go play something that I can find a list.
Yeah,
for.
exactly. So it's
Interesting.
pretty tough because like these things are cool that they're doing. When there was Alchemy Draft a couple of weeks ago, I was like, ooh, yes. And that was fun because there was weird stuff happening. Did it fix the draft format of New Capenna? No, it did not. It was still completely bonkers. But that being said, it's just the barrier is too expensive, I think, for people to get into it. And then there's just not enough reason to play it. Right now, which is unfortunate because we're saying these mechanics
these
are
cards
cool.
are cool. Are they cool enough to like get me to play a bunch of alchemy? No.
don't know.
Will I play this? Will I draft this set? Like, yes. I'm looking for a new draft experience
for sure.
Please.
Yeah. I bought the Mastery Pass.
Yeah.
Because that includes draft and sealed tokens.
Yeah, man.
So like I'm gonna
Play
do
a
that
little
anyway.
draft and sealed.
Yeah. So that's what's happening. Okay, we got one more new mechanic.
We do have one more new mechanic, which someone named and someone else approved.
This is an all-timer right here, baby.
Double team.
Why?
You could have called it anything.
Why?
You could have called it anything.
Let's come up with a better name for this mechanic right now.
2 attackers.
Wow, great.
That's just
I'll take it.
have another one. Like,
Thank you, sir. I'll have another.
Exactly. Better name. Double Trouble.
Double Trouble. See, that's cute.
Double Trouble is
I like
actually
that.
very cute. That's my real submission. There you go.
Okay, Double Trouble. That's what this is
Double
being
Trouble
called.
instead of Double Team. So this mechanic works when a creature with Double Team attacks. Double Trouble. When a creature with Double Trouble
Thank
attacks,
you.
if it's not a token, conjure a duplicate of the original into your hand, and then both cards lose Double Trouble.
Okay, so a card with Double Trouble makes itself in your hand
Yeah.
with Double Trouble. No, it doesn't have Double Trouble.
Yeah, it makes a copy of itself, but then they both lose double trouble.
Right.
So you only get double the trouble. You don't get triple the trouble.
Or infinite the trouble,
Yeah,
truly.
you don't get infinite the trouble. That's not a saying for a reason. Also, I like that we're just going to call it this and you're all going to go home and call it this
That's
also.
what it's called now.
And then we're just going to push through a
Just gonna
change
forget
of
about
the
the other
name of this
name.
mechanic.
Yep.
Double Trouble.
Yeah, so a card with double trouble on it in this
Yes.
set is, for example, Knoll Hunting Party. 5 and a red for a 4/4. Knoll, uncommon. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature you attacked with this turn. Weird. Okay. Double trouble. As long as it's your turn, Knoll Hunting Party is first strike.
Great. And right, like I like this ability.
Yeah, that's a good ability.
It is a good ability.
It's a solid, like you get another card.
Yes, these are good mechanics. And I do like that. Again, I do like that Alchemy provides a space where the team behind these
Gets
sets
to innovate
gets
like
to
this.
innovate like this because it is really cool. And it
Yeah.
also makes me wonder, oh, hey, maybe we'll see something inspired by this in a paper set in the future that's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's a
hey,
good point.
it's not exactly Double Trouble, but Double Trouble inspired it.
Right, exactly. And then they get a chance to play out and test these new things in an environment that's a little bit safer than printing millions of dollars of product.
Yeah, exactly. To see how it goes.
See how it goes. And of course, they can always adapt because it's alchemy and historic, so they can go in and make changes.
Yeah.
Unlike you can do in paper, which is just straight up bans.
Exactly.
For the most part.
Right. Like in the future, what about a card, like a flip card that has essentially like a checklist card on the back and you've selected one of the things that you're going to check. Like
Yeah,
that
there you
you've
go.
selected one of the things on the checklist that this card transforms into.
Yeah,
But
that'd
it's
be
not
cool.
just one option, it's many options.
Let's take a look at some of the other cards which have been previewed from this set because there's some cool stuff that's happening here. Speaking of Double Trouble, there's this card Sworn to the Legion. 4 white for a mythic. Enchantment. When Sworn to the Legion enters the battlefield, non-token creatures you control perpetually gain Double Trouble. Whenever you cast a creature spell, it perpetually gains Double Trouble.
Oh.
So Double Trouble your whole team.
Yeah, Double Trouble everybody.
I mean,
That's
it does
pretty
cost
good.
6, but I mean, like, you're going to be you're quote unquote drawing a card, and it's a relevant card.
Yeah.
Every time you attack.
There's a lot of stuff with Double Trouble on it.
Yeah, there is.
Ranger Squadron, which is just a 4 white 3/4 flyer flying Double Trouble.
Oh, I'm playing that card.
Yeah, right?
Just
great,
good.
especially in draft.
Yeah,
Playing that card in draft
absolutely.
feels great.
Can I just point out this card with Double Trouble? Lizard
Yes.
Folk Librarians.
Great.
They're
Yes.
so cute. 3 and a blue for a 2/4 lizard. Double Trouble. When Lizard Folk Librarians enters the battlefield, scry 2.
So cute.
So,
So good.
You're gonna get scry 2 from your doubling friend, and they're
Cute.
adorable little lizards reading an adorable magic book.
Ugh, I love it.
Very, very cute. Gosh, this set I'm like almost like, oh, should we do cutest card for this? Because there's another cute card.
Yeah.
Hook horror. Look at this little guy. It's like a bird with hook hands.
He's so mad. So mad. It's like a penguin, but if all penguins couldn't fly because they had
and
hook hands.
Well, penguins can't fly.
I know, but I'm saying, but if the reason they couldn't fly was because of hook hands.
And not that they're just extremely fat.
Yes, and not their proportions just being not right.
4 and a black for a 3/3 horror. Molting exoskeleton. So this is an example of one of those flavor text words that, it's just a reminder word for what this card does. When Hook Horror dies, it perpetually gets -1/-1. Then if that card's toughness is 1 or greater, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Oh, that's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
All right, Hookbird, I'm in.
This card has so much text that it falls like it doesn't fit. But that's okay because on Arena it scrolls, right?
Yes.
So this card is
gosh.
exercising the space of you literally just don't have enough space for the words on this card.
We forgot to say that 6-sided card is now the card with the most magic words that exist in Magic.
Oh, of course it is because it
Yep.
has so many words.
Because it has so many words.
It has so.
Congratulations.
How can you beat it?
Here's your crown.
6 sides.
6 sides.
Column Jin Emperor, 3 blue for a 5/6 flyer, ward 2. Column's Breath, 1 and a blue, discard column, tap up to 1 target non-land permanent, draw a card. Then you may exile 2 other cards named Column Jin Emperor from your graveyard. When you do, return column from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. When you discard column, conjure a card named Column Jin Emperor into your library, 7th from the top.
Wow.
Just a lot going on, but pretty cool stuff,
It's a very powerful card.
Just so many words.
I found another questionably named card.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is Altar of Baal for 1 and a black. And this is an artifact, a rare artifact. It has adventure. And the adventure is called Bone Offering. Oh, God. Come on. Somebody hire us to just give me a first pass on these ones.
Adventure. Create a tapped 4/1 black skeleton creature token with menace.
Make a Skelly.
Make a Skelly. Altar of Baldur.
The Baldur. 2 black tap. Exile a creature you control. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate its sorcery.
Yeah. You know?
The Baldur.
The Baldur.
Oh, I found another cute card, everybody.
Okay, tell us about it.
Wow, this is incredible. Giant fire beetles.
Ooh.
Welcome to the family. 2 and a red for a 2/2 menace, double trouble, insect. Look at them. Very cute.
They are very, very cute.
And I hate bugs, but I'm in for these beetles.
These beetles are very cute.
Aren't they so cute?
Yes, I'm also not a bugs person, but those are some pretty good bugs.
Pretty good bugs.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. How about this dragon, everybody? Earthquake dragon. 14 in a green.
Love it.
Is this like, what is the highest casting cost in Magic? 20? I mean, other not in an unset or whatever. I don't know if there's another casting cost that's 14 in a green, is what I'm saying. I think like that this might be the only 14 in a green. We'll see if I'm wrong. Earthquake Dragon, it's a 10/10 for rare. Elemental Dragon. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total mana value of dragons you control, so some dragon tribal shenanigans. Has flying and trample, aka flample. 2 and a green, sacrifice a land, return Earthquake Dragon from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, grody. Yucko. Yeah. 14 in a green. What a weird casting cost for Earthquake Dragon.
Wow. Okay, I found another one that's 15.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Ooh, here's one that's 15, but it's from an unset.
Unset,
so
yeah.
That does not count.
Don't count. Don't count.
Yeah. Original Emmy is 15.
Emrakul.
Yeah.
Emmy. Emmy.
Oh, there's one called Draco, which is 16.
Malfoy?
Yes. Artifact creature Dragon. Draco costs 2 less to play for each basic land type among lands you control flying. The beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Draco unless you pay 10.
No, thank you.
This cost is reduced by 2 for each basic land type among lands you control. It's just a 9/9 flyer. Nothing else happening here.
Not good enough these days.
Yeah. I guess technically there's Gleemax, which is from an unset.
Yeah.
Which costs 1 million mana. Just delightful.
Oh man, I'm so excited we have an unset coming up this fall. By the way, they just announced news today too that the Warhammer 40k commander decks are getting pushed back to the fall, just like the unset was pushed back into the fall.
Same printer, wherever they're all on the same boat somewhere.
Yeah,
in the Atlantic.
They're still trapped
in the Pacific.
In that canal.
Yes, yeah, they were stuck behind the Evergreen.
They're stuck behind the Evergreen, and they're just like, you know what? Actually, we like it here.
Yeah,
we're just gonna take a load off for a little bit.
Do you know how many billions of dollars of lost revenue the Evergreen caused?
No.
It was like so much. And do you know what? Good for that boat.
That boat showing us all that we're weaker than we ever knew.
We are one stuck boat away.
Yeah. From complete societal collapse.
Yep. I mean, it's closer than you think.
Our kneecaps are about as strong as actual kneecaps when it comes to boats getting stuck in canals, everybody. We don't have titanium kneecaps.
No.
We really don't, and that was proven. So, yeah, we have a delay on that product and then a delay on the unset, of course, which we already knew. So... anyway, this set looks wild. I'm excited to try it out in limited environments. If constructed ever happens around it, I don't really know. I guess I do play more historic, so that will be impacted.
I've been playing 5-color Niven historic, and it is very fun.
Oh yeah, that's a super fun deck.
It's a great time.
So you
Cast Niv Mizzet, draw
profit
3 to 5 cards. Pretty sick.
So this set's going to be out, Alchemy Horizons, Battle for Baldur's Gate on July 7th.
You can see a preview stream from a lot of your favorite creators on July 5th.
July 5th, early access event.
Yeah, so check that out.
You can pre-order right now if you want a PAX bundle or if you want the Mastery Pass like I got. If you want to be like me, you can do that. Those are up for sale in the store. And yeah, I'm just ready for some shenanigans.
Me too.
Hey everybody, guess what I've got right here?
Ooh, what do you have, Maria?
Set booster of a new Capenna.
Oh, what are we going to do with it?
We're going to play some Flavor Text Theater song pitches.
Oh, so we've already done movie pitches for this set. But we are going to now bring you some hits, because everyone needs a good summer. Like, what is the song of the summer? We're going to try and bring you the song of the summer here.
We've got an art card in our pack. Jetmir's Garden.
It's very pretty.
By Dominic Mayer.
You're holding it upside down?
Am I? Yep.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yep.
There it is, right side up.
Great.
Okay, I'm just going to spread these cards out on the table and mix them up so that we can pitch you some great summer bangers. If you're a radio executive, whatever that means.
A radio executive.
Call us.
If you are Mr. or Miss Radio, give us a call.
Mr. Clear Channel. Okay, I've got a summer hit that is like acoustic, this acoustic guitar situation. It's very like, 70s inspired. And it's just about like saving the earth and how we should make the earth our like home that we care about and not just our home that we destroy and move on.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Which I'm like, why? There should be like more climate change activist songs, don't you think?
Yes. There should be more climate change activist everything.
I mean, yeah, to be fair. I'm like, I feel like we got that in the 70s and stuff, but I'm like, we don't get bring back protest music.
Yeah, man.
Bring it back. Anyway, how does this song go?
You tell
I've got to find a rhyme for a very weird word. That's the problem. That's why I'm struggling here. I don't know. I honestly don't know if I can rhyme the word plaza. It's Botanical Plaza. Yeah. And I was trying to give you some lyrics.
Great.
But what rhymes with plaza? Hey, here you go. How about this? The earth is our mother and we must be its father. Let's turn this world into a botanical plaza.
Faza.
There it is. Somebody write that. You've already got to start on the chorus.
All right. This is like a heartbreaky ballad.
Ooh, okay, great.
That's all about like, it's like the classic like, oh, you stole my heart from the very first time that I ever saw you. From the chorus. You'll know it. You stole my heart the very first time we kissed. You snuck in like a nimble larcenist.
There it is. There it is.
There you go. Someone write it. It's a lovely, slow ballad.
This next card, I don't know why I keep pulling cards that are impossible to rhyme with. Oh my God! What does this word possibly rhyme with? Okay, here we go. This is a song about drug use. I mean, look, a lot of them are. Let's get real. And this one's about doing Halo because we're on New Capenna.
Yeah.
And it's like the chorus goes something along the lines of, "Hey baby, you can get in my harem, but only if you've got enough Halo scarab."
I was also trying to think of a word that rhymes with that, but you came in and rescued me.
Mine was the foil version. That's why we have two. Fancy.
All right. This is an old timey. This is like a big band bop. This is sung by the Andrews Sisters. Also, at the end of this, I'm going to make you listen to a song by the Andrews Sisters, and we're just going to get like a live reaction of you listening to it.
Okay, great.
But it's all it's like big band swing.
Yeah,
doing
totally.
your thing. And it's all about doing the jive. But it's also, the years just after the Depression.
Yeah.
When everyone was having a really hard time. And they're like, hey everybody, jitterbug, jump and jive, but please don't rob the archive.
I definitely feel that.
Yeah, you definitely feel that,
for
right?
sure.
Yeah.
This song that I have is also kind of like, a little bit of a 1920s bop feel, which like Man, bring it back, everybody. We should have some 1920s Charleston sounding stuff like with modern music. Wouldn't that be cool? Anyway, it's about falling in love with a lawyer. We've all been there. You said you were a lawyer and you could do no harm, and I fell victim to your broker's charm. Look at this alternate art broker's charm.
Wow, I love it.
Know
it's
that
so
I've
pretty.
Ever seen it?
It's really cool.
There's a hand holding a rose.
Yeah.
It's like Beauty and the Beast vibes. No, wait, that's not a rose.
Like a stamp. It's a seal.
It's a seal. This is a wax seal. Don't listen to me.
Yeah. Okay. This one is like a song that actually doesn't have any lyrics. It's an explosions in the sky. You know, just like very atmospheric.
Yeah.
Happening. And it's called like, hey, like, make a wish, have a majestic metamorphosis.
Oh, yes.
But it's just like, you're just like, you know, you're laying on the grass, you're like looking up at the night sky.
You're feeling the vibe.
You're just feeling the vibes in this. It's a strong vibe song.
Okay, I mentioned that I wanted a protest song, so I'm going to write one right now, everybody. Okay, this is a rare from the set. Access to abortion. Wouldn't that be great? Don't have more babies. Let's depopulate.
Perfect.
There you go.
Perfect.
Somebody finish it, but you've got a great start, you know.
You've got a great start.
Everyone, it's time to say thank you to our incredible sponsor, Ultra Pro, who lets us do a lot of nonsense on our Ultra show.
Here is and this is really saying something.
Yeah.
Some of the most nonsense we have done for them yet. So
Absolutely.
if you are only listening, there is some fun stuff to listen to, but you can check out the final photos of the finished project over on our Twitter or Instagram at GLHF Magic.
Yeah.
You can vote for which one that you like best.
Ooh.
Or you can just go watch the video version of this.
Yeah, it's going to be on our YouTube, youtube.com/goodluckhighfive.
Yeah.
We encourage you to watch it. It's a super fun video.
Here it comes. Project Deckbox. We are here with a very silly Ultra Pro video for you. It's called Project Deckbox. All right, Maria, it's time to see who can make the best hat out of an Ultra Pro deck box. Are you ready for this challenge?
I don't know if I am.
Me neither.
But you know what? I'm going to do it anyway.
One thing I definitely want to do is I'm using this beautiful glitter box here. And I want to place it on top. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to use this Ultra Pro rainbow box in my hat because I think it's so beautiful. It's one of my favorite products that they make.
Well, if you're ever wondering, what's the dumbest thing that you can do with a deck box?
So something I really wanted to do with this hat was to celebrate other hats. Why? I can't answer that question.
One element that I know I want is my flower. As you can see, I got a little bit of a start on it.
I brought in cards of some of the best hats in the history of Magic the Gathering. So we've got Jester's Cap because obviously that is one iconic Magic card hat. We've got Daybreak Cornet, which is, in my opinion, of course, the greatest hat in the history of all hats.
This is like a bad interpretation of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Everyone's like, why do we need a remake? And they're like, what if it was a gritty remake? And you're like, it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. What are you doing?
Skull Clamp, famous Magic hat. We had to include it.
Okay, I've made worse things, which is really more of a comment on me.
Check out the hat on this guy and forget. Like, this guy looks like a Minneapolis hipster right here.
In college, knew some people who burned down their attic by leaving a glue gun plugged in. So that's just a lesson to all you out there.
And of course, we can't talk about hats and Magic without talking about Mindslaver, a hat that no one wants to wear.
Remarkable that I have not yet glued myself to something. Oh, nope, but there's still time. Don't worry about it.
What if we had the cards kind of spilling out of this hat? You know what I mean?
I am honestly quite surprised at like the fact that this is holding together.
Okay, that is definitely not strong enough to hold that. Look at that. This idea was bad.
Maria, when you edit this, I'm really sorry for the way in which I'm using your materials.
Yeah, this is gonna work way better. I'll put a little glue here on this sky and have it come out like this.
I feel like this adds what it needed.
I used to be a crafter for a local TV station in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I was called the Quirky Crafter.
Maria's hat is gonna be so classy, and mine's just gonna look like a circus.
Skullclamp and Grumgully are hanging out. Two cards you would never see in a deck together. But in this hat, they are in love.
Oh, I called this a feat of engineering, and every engineer watching is like, don't associate me with that.
Okay, oh my god. It works! This is absurd that this works.
I kind of want to I think I'm gonna make just like one more flower to go in under here.
Does this make sense? I think it does. Oh, the feathers really do add something.
Like, okay, there we go. Now we're getting to tiny flower territory.
Okay, that's... that is truly, truly absurd.
Gonna help this gal dry and then see what's what, you know?
There we go. A hat of hats. We had the same idea!
Oh my god!
Can you believe it?
I mean, you gotta put the lid on him.
Yeah, you've got to put the lid on. Oh my gosh. Wow.
You used cards in yours.
Yes.
Amazing. I love it.
Mine is called the Hat of Hats because these are the best hats in Magic the Gathering. All the best hats are featured in these cards.
I love it.
What is your hat called?
An explosion of springtime.
Oh, it is too.
It's
Wow. Look
exploding
at
spring.
it. We are ready for a British wedding. If you too would like a beautiful Fascinator hat made out of an Ultra Pro deck box,
And who doesn't?
you can get an Ultra Pro deck box and make one yourself. Use the code GLHF for 5% off, and you too can join our fancy Magic the Gathering hat club.
All right, Maria.
Yes.
Here they are.
Here are the hats.
Our hats.
Live and in person.
What a thing.
We're just big fans of these hats. I think
really
they
are.
turned out so great.
They're incredible. And thank you so much to Ultra Pro. Remember, you can use the code GLHF at checkout for 5% off your order.
Yeah.
You can get yourself one of these beautiful sparkle deck boxes or rainbow deck boxes. If my voice sounds strained, it's because I'm trying very hard to balance a very unwieldy hat on my head.
My rainbow deck box is sold out currently, but it's going to be back in stock soon, everybody. So just bookmark the site if you want this one. It's coming back.
We love these glitter ones.
The glitter ones
we
are
love
great.
these rainbow ones. They're both really gorgeous and really amazing, as are these hats. I know it's bragging, but like they just are.
They're just really good hats. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching/listening today.
Yeah, that is our show.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
That's a show.
It happened.
We're still wearing the hats in case you're listening.
Thank you again to the people that make these hats possible, Ultra Pro.
Yes.
The people that make this show possible, like Nick and Lee and all of our other patrons.
Yay.
Over at patreon.com/GLHFmagic.
Shout out to Card Kingdom.
Yeah.
For being awesome. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us this week.
Yeah. What a week.
What a week.
We're heading into the weird part of summer.
Yep.
Where sometimes there's stuff in the magic world to talk about, and sometimes it's kind of a quiet time. So we're taking questions.
Yes.
Over on Twitter and Instagram. If you've got questions that you would like to have us answer in an upcoming show,
ask us anything, you know.
Come at us, man.
We will answer your questions. We'd love to.
We will.
Just find us on one of those platforms and you'll see our call for questions. And so you can respond there in those threads and we'll answer them on an upcoming episode as we get ready for more products to drop like they're hot this summer and into the fall.
Yeah, man. Drop like I'm hot right now. I'm warm.
I just really love our hats.
They're so good. Go look at them, everybody, please. Like, they're works of true art.